Hey guys, this video is going to go over dividing decimals, so I'm going to show you a couple examples of how to do that. All right, here's our first problem. We have negative 84.768 divided by 0.02. All right, so first thing that you need to know is this first number always goes on the inside when you're dividing, okay? That's called the dividend, okay? That goes on the inside. Now, don't worry about this negative sign till later, so just go ahead and write 84.68 on the inside. Okay, the second number is the divisor, what's going in there, so I'm going to put 0.02 on the outside. All right, so the first thing, once you have that set up, that you want to do is we need to change this number so it's a whole number, okay? Because I don't want to try to figure out how many times 0.02 goes into 84. So what you can do is you can actually times this number by 100. When you do that, it's actually going to move the decimal over 2 spots. So 1, 2. Okay, now if you do that to this number, you also need to do it to this number. I'm going to times this one by 100, which is going to move it over 1, 2 spots. So 1, 2. Okay, now what a lot of my students like to do once they do this is rewrite the problem. This number now just says 2. You don't need these 2 zeros. So I'm going to rewrite it 2 on the outside. And this one, the decimal's way over here now, so 8476.8. Okay, so basically these are the same problem. I just times everything here by 100, so now it's easier for me to do. So now let's divide. So start with how many times does 2 go into 8? Well, that's 4. Okay, I'll subtract 8, bring down my 4. 2 goes into 4 twice, okay, which is 4, subtract 4, bring down my 7. Okay, 2 goes into 7 only 3 times, okay, which is 6. I'll subtract 1, bring down my 6. I'm going to come up here so I have space. 2 goes into 16 8 times, which is 16. Subtract and bring down my 8 way over here. And 2 goes into 8 4 times, which is 8. So I end up with 0. Now my last step, just bring my decimal straight up. So my answer is 4,238.4. And then our last step is to look and see, is my answer positive or negative? So a negative divided by positive is a negative. So I'll just put my negative, that wasn't a very good negative symbol, but I'll just put my negative symbol right out front. So it's negative 4,238.4. All right, let's try another one. So this time I have negative 83.342 divided by negative 0.002. All right, so again, what you want to do is start by drawing out your division problem. And I just want to remind you, don't worry about the negative signs till the end. Okay, so don't even put those anywhere in your problem. Just look at that at the very end. So I'm going to fill in 83.342 on the inside. And then it says divided by that 0.002. All right, first thing you want to do is change this so it's a whole number. So I don't want it to be a decimal. So to do that, I'm going to have to multiply by 1,000 actually. If I multiply by 1,000, that moves the decimal 1, 2, 3 spots. So I better move it 1, 2, 3 spots here. All right, now a lot of people like to rewrite that. So if I moved it, my new number, I don't need all these zeros up front. It's just 2. And then on the inside, my decimal's way back here, so I'm going to write 83342, and then my decimal's at the end. Okay, let's divide now. All right, so 2 goes into 8 4 times, which is 8. I'm going to bring down my 3. 2 goes into 3 once, which is 2. I'll subtract. Bring down my 3 again, another 3. 2 goes into 13. Nope, not 2 times. 6 times, which is 12. Subtract, I get 1. Bring down my 4, which is 14. 2 goes into 14 7 times, which is 14. I get 0, and then I'll bring down my 2 over here. 2 goes into 2 once, which is 2. So I end up with 0 at the end, and then again, bring your decimal straight up. So my final answer is 41,671, and then a negative divided by a negative is a positive. All right, let's try one more. So again, ignore your negative signs till the end, and first thing, let's just rewrite it. So I have 81.345 divided by 0.03. Okay, first thing, we don't want it to be a decimal, so I'm going to move it over twice, which is the same as timesing by 100. Move it over twice, move it over twice. Okay, now I'm just going to rewrite my problem. Those zeros are kind of gone now, so it's 3 on the outside. On the inside, it's 8134.5. Okay, that's where it ends up. So now let's start dividing. Okay, so I'll start with 3 goes into 8, only twice, which is 6. I'll subtract, I get a 2, I'll bring down my 1, 21. 3 goes into that 7 times, which is 21. Subtract, I get 0, bring down a 3. 3 goes into 3 once, which is 3. Subtract, I get 0, bring down my 4. 3 goes into 4 once, which is 3. That's 1, bring down my 5. 15, 3 goes in there 5 times, which is 15. I end up with 0 at the end. Okay, and then your decimal goes straight up. So my answer is 2,711.5. Now I just need to go back and figure out, is it positive or negative? Well, negative divided by a positive is a negative. So it's negative 2,711.5.